I always wondered what that weird screeching sound was in that opening.
It's probably somebody's like, I recorded my grandma falling down the stairs, you know, and then I pinched her down and...
He probably pushed his grandmother down the stairs.
Why am I saying that? Hi, welcome. Wow, this is so amazing and flattering. My name is Sean Schemmel. I'm best known as the voice of Goku, King Kai, on Dragon Ball Z. Oh, we have a deaf interpreter. I love it. I'm very happy about this. This is great. So I'm wondering how people who are hearing impaired enjoy Dragon Ball. So I'm always curious about that. So if they have a question or can explain that, that would be fascinating to me. So you're hearing impaired as well? And how do you enjoy it? Do you just watch it, or can you hear a bit of it? Fantastic. Yeah, thank you. So me and Chris's jobs do not matter to you at all. All you care about is the artists, because yeah, okay. It's okay though. No, get out. No, I'm kidding.
I imagine that Dragon Ball is amazing to watch because
it's like this.
You can feel the vibration of it too. I imagine you can just feel it coming from your television. And trust me, it hurts on the other end.
Yeah, it's painful. And this is my director and co-star Chris Sabat.
Hi.
Voice of Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, a bunch of others. Whataburger water tastes like the ketchup. No, I wish it did. Anyway, I'm on a roll today.
Go Chris. Oh, go me.
Chris drinking water.
Go Chris. I'm Chris. I play Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, Mr. Popo, Kami, all the dragons, gods, Bez, Raccoon, Jace, Birder. Actually, I worked in-house at Funimation, so I got to do all those voices. I think mostly because I was an inexpensive option for them, because I was working on salary, making, nothing to do this. So it's a huge honor to be here this weekend. This is really one of the biggest turnouts I've seen for a Dragon Ball panel, except for maybe Comic-Con or
Comic-Con, yeah. We had like 3,000 people in one room, but this is like really close.
This is amazing. I love it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We're kind of shocked. And fundamentally, Dragon Ball Z has been and remains to be a dub, and for this kind of attention for the dub, especially the kind of turnout we had for Resurrection F, you guys owe yourselves a round of applause for being the fans that you are. Because a lot of other dubs do not get this kind of love. You guys are competing with regular mainstream American cartoons, which is awesome. It just shows that clearly we're doing something right, but you guys are doing something right. So thank you about that. I appreciate it.
And let me get this out of the way right up front. Let me just be the first to tell you, I'm very proud to announce that Super is released in Japanese.
And it's currently not in English.
Currently not in English, but we are really, really hoping we get to dub that soon. We've often said that if for some reason we don't get to dub it, we will probably just murder the people who do, and then
dub it ourselves.
Dub it ourselves, yeah. And then we'll be doing live podcasts from prison. Where we just keep reciting lines from Super, and they can never stop us. And then they put us in solitary confinement, and we just scream.
I'm just thinking of all the other horrors that we'll either be protected from or be a part of, depending on whether or not they like Dragon Ball.
Are you kidding? Everyone in prison loves Dragon Ball.
That's true.
We'll be heroes, seriously. We'll be well protected.
Well protected in prison.
This guy's Vegeta, and they're like, he doesn't look like Vegeta.
Me mama Vegeta bitch. Well, we can say that, holding out for the dub, because I know Funimation's working hard to make sure that happens, and they're still doing their thing. We appreciate that, and that sending that link the dub support to Toei and Funimation is helpful. So we appreciate that a lot.
We really do. Thank you all for waiting. I know that many of you have probably been tempted to watch the Japanese version, as I have, actually.
I had to watch a little bit of it first, too.
I was trying to hold off, because I'm like, we're going to be dubbing this soon, and then finally I'm like, okay, I've just got to watch some of this in Japanese. But Don't spoil it too much for yourselves. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do something.
Yeah, it's got.
I got this feeling. I don't know
just
what it
a
is.
feeling in my back of my head.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for that. And what was I gonna say? Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
All I have to say is I feel sorry for whoever has to do like sign language interpretation for you, because you speak at like Super Saiyan God mode speed all the time.
I can't help it. I don't know. So I guess we can open the floor for questions, right? Can we do that? Do we have a?
That'd be funny. I would love it if there wasn't a single question
That's
of all
happened
these
before.
people. They've been in a panel this large. Everyone's like, "No, sorry, I got
Sorry,
it.
I don't give a shit.
We thought this was that Power Rangers panel, so just trying to get in here for that early."
I'm gonna let Chris. I'm bad at picking audience members.
I'm great at picking the people who are in the front first, so they don't just keep holding their hands up. Yes, you.
My name is Sean Schimmel, I'm voice of Goku on Dragon Ball Z. This is Christmas Sabbath. Clearly you did not hear that part.
I'll interpret for her as she's saying it. So you guys do the voices of...
Yes, that would be Goku and Vegeta. I studied Shotokan Karate for over 2 years with Igor Diachenko in New York, who's a four-time world champion. And I had to leave his studio because I moved to LA, and I have not found a dojo I like better, but I do remember thinking when I joined, you know what, I've been playing this martial artist for 15 years, I suppose I should start acting like him. And I did have a little problem with fan love in the dojo because I'd be doing my kyas, and they naturally sound like Goku, because I might have sound like, kya, kya! And then I'd be holding a pose, and I'd turn to my right, and some adult next to me is going, yeah, and I'm like, just trying to do karate here. It's okay. No, I won't be training the class. Trust me. Trust the Russian guy with the black belt. That would be Igor. He's like, I'll train you all day. That guy kicked my ass, man. He's awesome.
I love the stories about your martial arts training because it's weird. He is like Eastern European karate master.
He's an Eastern European karate master. He's starting a foundation for orphans called Karate City, and I keep imagining. I was joking with him by text. I was like, so wait, it's called Karate City. He wants my help, you know, to promote it, being a well-known voice actor. And I was like, so what is it? You have a city where everyone does karate? He's like, yes. Well, no, it's like the concept is Karate City. We train kids, orphans. And I'm like, so what? You're teaching orphans how to kick ass, and so they will be protecting themselves? Like I was teasing him, you know, trying to figure out what a city of karate orphans would be. And it's actually really helps homeless and orphan kids, not only training them in karate, but there's all kinds of other benefits. And I think karatecity.org.com or something is where you go. But anyway, he's hilarious, and I did study the Shotokan for a while. I studied some Tai Chi and a little Kung Fu, but...
the only karate I have studied is the Karate Kids, parts 1 and 2.
Ralph Macchio's here.
Ralph Macchio and Johnny are here.
And Johnny are here.
I wish I knew his name. I'm sure he's like, stop calling me Johnny. I've got
He's signing right next to me, and I can't. I'm like, I'm speaking so rude.
I've got an actual name. I actually saw the guy. I was obsessed with those two movies. And I saw the guy who played Johnny at another convention. And I walked into the bathroom, and the bathroom had this sign on the side that said, "Special Men's Bathroom." And it was, I don't know why they put special men's, like, I remember telling you about
like
this.
An extra long
and so when I walked in, I walked into the bathroom and I saw some dude at the mirror, like, whatever, like washing his hands. I go, "This bathroom's for special men's." And he goes, "I guess so." And then after, just as I passed him, I realized, that's Johnny from Karate Kid. I just, okay, sweet. And then I couldn't pee. Other questions? Let's see, let's go a little farther back. Red shirt, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Clearly not anymore. Well, thank you. And they do real martial arts moves on there. Because I remember when, yeah, let's hear it. Because I remember when I was doing karate, I was like, hey, wait, this is that move Goku does. This is way harder in real life than just going, I'm stretching like Goku in the movie. What's that? Hell yeah.
I have met a lot of guys who have said similar stories to us as they come up to meet us, and a lot of them look like you now. So
they're giant guys. They work out.
They may have had crappy childhoods, but they're doing fine now. So, yeah, it's been really inspiring. A lot of people come up like, does Dragon Ball make you want to work out as much as it makes me want to work out? And I go, it makes me want to take a nap for about 2 weeks. Because try screaming for 4 or 5 hours. Back in the early days, like 9, 10 hours a day.
Oh yeah, we do it crazy.
And you just don't even want to move after that.
Yeah, I just had this idea. We have not yet. We had this wonderful man here saying he was picked up. We haven't had a bully come up to us and go, hey, you know, I'm just trying to be a badass bully at school, and Dragon Ball's inspired me to beat the shit out of other kids. I really love Frieza and Cell, and I just really thank you for inspiring me to kick the shit out of my classmates. I'm a bully. That hasn't happened yet, so.
And how would you react to that? Like,
I was like,
thank you.
Thank you.
Here's a picture of all the kids I beat up.
I got like $150 in lunch money this month.
Will you sign this because I'm going to shove it in his face tomorrow?
He's going to put his head in the toilet. Would you do a shout-out video where you tell him I'm going to put his head in his toilet?
Hey, my friend, he stuffed his head in the toilet right now. He's live. He's live. Actually, he's like slowly crumbling over here. He's like, this is bringing back way too many memories. I'm really sorry.
Sorry, I had to spin it. I'm sorry, that's making me laugh so hard.
If you are being bullied, though, please come talk to us and we'll fix it for you.
We'll fix it.
We'll make you internet famous, and then you won't have to worry about it.
That's true. Okay, next guy, girl, lady, person, man. I don't know.
People who are cosplaying as Dragon Ball characters.
There you go.
Priority.
Yes, Gohan.
Yeah.
How did you feel after the sub-saga that Gohan kind of became like...
As the great Saiyan pops up.
When we recorded Dragon Ball Resurrection F, there were constant lame tracksuit jokes made about
We
Gohan's
actually call him lame
wimpiness.
tracksude Gohan now.
Yeah, lame tracksuit Gohan. So that,
I don't know. I never, like, Gohan's always a great character, but he was never one of my favorite characters because I always liked Vegeta, so I really didn't care about Gohan that much. Sorry, no offense.
And I didn't care about Gohan because he was a constant disappointment. And I wanted him to be a fighter, but my bitchy wife made him study. You were saying this.
Yeah, she's. How does Piccolo feel about Gohan? Oh, he loves Gohan. Actually, I've had a joke. Like, Piccolo's become pretty lame recently in the movies and in the and in Super from what we've seen so far. And I've been actually joking about this so much that I have a friend that's helping me work on a little animation about. Okay, so it's Piccolo. You see him, and then all of a sudden he starts getting really nauseated, right? And then he like starts like curling up, and then finally. Nail and Kami pop back out of him, and they go, dude, Piccolo, what is wrong with you? Are you a babysitter now? Like, we fused with you so you can be stronger, and what are you using? Like, you're not even using these powers. And then they fuse together, and then somebody tries to beat them up, and then they smack him down. He lands on Yamcha, and then kills Yamcha, and then
he's the new Yamcha.
And then Whis rewinds it because he thinks it's funny, and he does a temporal do-over, and then he just does it again and again and again. Because it's just funny to watch Yamcha die again and again. Anyway, yes, let's go farther to the back. Guy with glasses on in the middle there, yes. If you have, yes, sort of. I'm not really making eye contact with you or something. You're the I know you know who you are. Okay, someone stand up and ask the question. Okay, whoever had lifted up something.
That guy popped up.
Yes.
No, not you. Too late.
Oh.
Otto.
Oh,
he's the muscle guy with the soda.
I like this panel. Yes,
yes, go
carrot cake.
What's that?
How's it feel going a level beyond Super Saiyan?
Like a level beyond Super Saiyan. Like Super Saiyan 2. That's what it feels like. It's one level, it's +1.
It feels blonder.
But this Super Saiyan goes to 11. Why don't you just make that Super Saiyan stronger and make that one 10? This is Super Saiyan goes to 11, yes.
Are you talking about like God mode versions of them?
Yeah, what do you mean? I don't know what it feels like. I mean, personally, I do know what it feels to act in it. Are you talking about Super Saiyan Sunday Sandwich God Mode, Super Saiyan Sunday Triple Sandwich?
Super duper.
Super duper.
Excellent. Supreme Saiyan.
Supreme
God
Frost
Saiyan. I like that it wouldn't even fit on the pop.
It's almost like we're dubbing him because we interrupt him. I can't hear
Yeah.
him, so it's just like he's saying shit and we're dubbing him. Guy's talking to his friend. What am I supposed to say?
Sorry.
I'm gonna be quiet now. Sorry.
So when you were Super Saiyan 3, you changed your voice.
I did. I changed it for all three, but it's very subtle for the first two, kind of. But I was.
Can we hear it?
I don't. Well, here's the problem. I mean, Super Saiyan 3 is kind of like, and this is called a Super Saiyan 3. It's kind of down here, you know, just kind of chill. And when I do it in the booth, it's actually really quiet. Whereas the Goku one's up here, and like I'm on crack. And I feel like Judge Reinhold, or I'm like on meth or something. I tell that joke at every panel, but it still works. And the Super Saiyan 3 is just, I realized that there's only so high and loud I could scream, and that he's channeling so much energy, and he had this lack of eyebrows as if he had chemotherapy or something. No offense to anyone who was having chemotherapy.
That just means you're saying. But.
Yeah, so, and so I wanted to make it cooler and more chilled because there was only, you know, there's a lot of reasons I couldn't do it. So.
Except, here's an inside joke that Sean hasn't heard about yet.
Oh, great.
Sorry. It's not really directed towards you, but
That's okay.
The way he does his Super Saiyan 3, like he goes, "This is Super Saiyan 3." And he likes to get super intense. So when we were recording all of the extra voices, you know how you could choose custom characters in Xenoverse 2? When he gets to the Super Saiyan 3 mode, every single person who has to copy that mode, because if you play any custom character, they have to read every single attack from every single character. So when they get to that one, I had every single person go, "This is Super Saiyan 3. So no matter what they sound like, I make them sound like really super intense, almost like jokingly so.
Oh, awesome! I gotta play the game now.
Yeah, well you will.
I played it a bit, but I have, no, is it Xenoverse 2 or
Xenoverse 2.
2. I haven't played that one yet. No, I've got my free copy.
Electric Boogaloo.
Like, yeah, Xenoverse 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's what they should have called it. That's great.
Wow.
I'm gonna let you think, because I
Face paint.
What anime before you guys start watching like the whole thing, and then what is your favorite anime right now?
What anime did I start watching the whole thing? What does that even mean? Like, I stopped halfway through, so I can't count that one. No. The first anime I ever saw? God, it might have been Voltron, it might have been Akira, it might have been...
Mine was Ghost in the Shell. Was the
Yeah, it
first
might have
anime.
been, I don't remember. Probably Voltron. One Punch Man, probably.
My favorite anime right now, there's so many of them. I like My Hero Academia. It's probably really an amazing show.
And the live action version of the school academy with the yellow ball guy.
Assassination.
Assassination.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen the
Assassination
anime, but I
Class.
saw the live action movie. And I really enjoyed it. It's a very interesting concept.
Wow.
Chris?
Sure.
I'm sorry I put the pressure
No,
on you.
I like this pressure.
Okay.
Beard and glasses guy right there, making direct eye contact. Yes. I can. Okay, I won't.
What?
When is what? I don't know.
Cool, I can take a break.
I don't know for sure when My Hero Academia Season 2 is going to be out, but I do know that they're taking their time with it. It's not going to be more. It's not going to be more than like 6 months or so. But whereas most of the time in these shonen titles that they know are going to have a lot of episodes, they usually pick companies that rush the animation and just get it done really fast. You've seen it, countless times. Sometimes even, to be honest, Dragon Ball suffers from
Or
that.
some of Super even does.
Yeah, but in this case, they use the animation house called Bones, who are responsible for some of the most beautiful Japanese animation. So they really insisted on taking their time, and they're like, fine. So when it comes, it'll come, and it'll be awesome. I think they're going to be on a normal, like, kind of TV schedule, the type of schedule you're used to with, like, Walking Dead or something like that. So you may have to wait like 5 or 6 months. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a huge honor to play that role. I'm so happy to play him.
That's cool.
Great Sandman has his hands up. I think that's important.
So, what are your guys' favorite arcs from DBZ?
Arcs. I've said this numerous times on the Resurrection F tour, and I figured out my favorite arc is really just the whole length of the Goku Vegeta relationship, which kind of spans all of Dragon Ball Z. So because you try to pick favorite arcs, some days you like Boo, some days you like Cell, and then you're like, I can't make it. And then once that Majin business finally came to a head, I was like, this is, I think, the coolest part of Dragon Ball for me.
Yeah, I always thought the series peaked at the Majin Vegeta stuff with the fight between
Yeah.
Vegeta and Goku. It's what everyone was waiting for anyway. And I'll say what Sean has said on many panels too. I think the best work that we have done is easily the movies, the 2 movies that were just released, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. It was so amazing to work on those because we've been dying to work on something new. Every time they release a new video game, maybe they give us a little bit of extra stuff, but we haven't had really new, beautiful animation content in a long time.
17, 18 years.
So it was so nice to bring these guys in who've been rehearsing these voices for so many years to then finally get to work on something brand new, and it just looked and sounded beautiful. We were really proud of that work. So,
Thank you. Good night. No.
All right.
What are we doing? Let's see. There's a prosthetic hand up over here that's metal. Then we have also a
metal prosthetic hand
guy,
like
or
yes,
stick
stick.
guy. Yeah, whatever that is. What is that? What is it?
What do you think of Team 4-Star?
Oh, so you knew it might, and then you did anyway. Go ahead, Chris.
The Team 4-Star guys are really cool. They live in Dallas. They've been working on the show for a long time. I can understand Sean.
I get a little.
frustrating.
I'm too close to the show, so I'm like, yeah, that's great. They work on that show. I work on this one. You know, I don't. Chris is a little more comfortable with it, and I think they do a great job. But I don't pay attention to it because I think I'm too.
Well, we get asked a lot.
We get asked also incessantly. And so it's like, I didn't fly 1,500 miles to talk about somebody else's show, but thank you. Because we're here to, I'm here to talk about the work and stuff, but I think they do funny shit, and, it's good stuff, but it's not something I focus on. But sorry. Maybe when it's all over, I will. I'll go back and watch it. Chris watches it. It affects me too much, so that's kind of weird.
I only really started watching because the first time I ever saw it, I was so impressed by his impersonations of me that I was shocked. I was like, I now have plans to kill Lonnie because his voice sounds too much like mine and he could replace me. And so I've been poisoning him slowly over the years, which is why the show's getting more and more psychedelic. Yes, person holding magazine or something. Yes.
My brother and I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, and he couldn't be here today, but next week is his 21st birthday, so I was hoping Goku and Vegeta could give him a shout out.
Oh yeah, we're talking about shout-outs. I always think shout-outs should go like this. Ah! Shout it out. Ah! Oh, now you want to record. Wait, sorry, too late.
We'll only do a shout in.
Shout in. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, brother who's not here.
Happy birthday, absentee brother.
Hope that helped. Okay. So, there is somebody with a magazine that was just to the right.
Just so you know, I don't want to. Okay, I have a Twitter feed. Obviously, Chris does too. I got like close to 40,000 followers. People say, "Can you please shout out for my birthday?" Please shout out. I go, the reason I don't is I have 40,000 followers. So then I'm like, okay, now I gotta do the next one. Now I gotta do the next one. And there's 365 days in a year. I'm like, okay. And also, I feel like happy birthday is one of those things that's like, for me, it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things that's like, please give me a present. Like, and I'm like, well, maybe if I knew you and then you told me it's your birthday, I'd say happy birthday. So I don't ever mean to be rude, and I'm actually thinking happy birthday, but I'm also trying to prevent having to say happy birthday 40,000 times in a year. Which it will happen, trust me. Once I do it once, and it's not the old classroom thing where it doesn't always happen, it happens. So I'm always reading all the tweets, and I'm always responding either mentally or actually, and if I click I like it, I'm actually thinking other things, but I'm afraid that if I respond, the next response will be, so when's Dragon Ball Super coming up? And I'm like, which I appreciate and love, but I'm also like...
I like that you respond mentally to some tweets.
I do, I respond mentally.
You should just have a hotkey that says, Sean responded mentally.
But and I also take every little tweet, like some people are so good about blowing off their fan base, and I try not to, so I take every little tweet, like, what's your favorite episode? So I immediately inventory 297 episodes plus. I mean, I think about every question. It's almost impossible for me to just go, I'll do this here, do that there. And so I'm gonna talk too long, and Chris is gonna do a bad impression. You're probably just
He's just trying to like keep up with you.
Yeah,
That's all.
sorry, dude. Sorry. And once his hands go really fast, and then friction and smoke start coming up, and you're going so fast, and your hands catch on fire, and you're like, Goku turned my hands on fire remotely because I was signing too fast because he talks too fast. I wonder if I could do that, talk so fast to make your hands catch on fire. I don't know, that'd be really fast. Anyway, I digress. Sorry, I hope that doesn't offend you.
No,
Anyway,
he's been, I know
or
sign
anyone else who's
language. I know
here.
sign language. What he's saying is like, he's not saying anything interesting.
At all right now, so you should blow it.
I'll let you know when something happens that's good.
So anyway, I apologize if I don't respond to every single or any birthday request, but I'm thinking happy birthday in my soul.
I respond to some, but I just don't really make a point of respond. Like, I don't see them all. They just kind of fly by, and the ones I do, I sometimes do. I just don't make, I'm very inconsistent, so some of you
Then
probably
I'm afraid, but here's what's happening. You
they're
did
gonna
for
go,
one guy.
"Oh, that guy,
Yeah, exactly. He's going,
Well, let's just say this. If I didn't respond to your birthday tweet, it's because I didn't like you. All right, pop box person. Boom!
It worked! Well, there was one time when we got all, here's a funny story for you. For those of you who are under some age, don't listen. Anyway, so one time Chris and I and Sonny Strait and Stephanie Nadolny and who else was in that room? In the hotel, they put us in the San Diego Comic-Con last year.
Yes.
So there was a moment, for some reason this guy who was working for Funimation did not understand how to promote actors, and so he stuck us and take care of actors, so he stuck 5 of us all in the same shitty hotel room by a strip club and like
You could hit planes with a rock when they came down from the airport at LAX, and it was that close.
Yeah, and so Sonny or Chris had a different substance other than alcohol that is legal in many states, and Sonny kept repeating me at doing Goku, and I was doing, he would repeat everything I say as Goku, and I go, why are you doing my voice? I go, why are you doing my voice? And then we were all talking in our voices, and it was, and then we ordered a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
And we literally looked like the Dragon Ball Z characters as we ate it.
Yes, we were just like, because I'm not much of a drinker, but I think Chris enjoys a scotch every once in a while, right?
Yes.
And I will drink scotch with you because you pick good scotches, but
Thank you.
because I'm not an alcohol guy, because I don't understand, like I had this idea, like alcohol is bacterial excrement, so then I had this idea, like when we drink bacterial excrement, we get drunk, so when bacteria is on our poop, are they getting drunk? Because we're drinking their excrement to get drunk. Are they, you see what I'm doing here? It's like,
Whoa.
yeah. So like when you take a dump, all that bacteria is going, oh, this is great, oh, I'm so drunk. Then they throw up little bacteria, and then there's tiny bacterial puke on the poop, going down the toilet, through the
I
thing.
think this is the sign.
Oh, sorry. What is the poop? And anyway, think about that. Next time you drink, you're drinking bacterial excrement, and next time you poop, think they're getting drunk. Dump bump.
Can I just please see the sign for bacterial excrement? Okay.
Is Sean, is bacterial excrement? Just pointing at Sean? No.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Wow. Okay. Oh wow. Lightsaber.
What is y'all's favorite Pokemon?
Well, I voice a lot of Pokemon, so I have to pick them, but because I voice Lucario and Chandelure and Sock and Thundurus and a bunch of other crazy Pokemon. I do like Jigglypuff, and I like Pikachu, obviously. What Pokemon do you like?
I love Pokemon. I love them all so much that I can't even pick one.
You must catch them all.
No, I tried playing Pokemon Go for a while, but
I did too.
But I am such I'm such an intense gamer when I get into things that I found myself like with my kids in the back seat going like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm driving in my car trying to play Pokemon Go, and I realized I cannot do this. Like, the compulsion to play it was too great, so I had to turn it off completely. I have no control over it. But my wife still plays it, and she's like...
She plays it?
Oh yeah, she's
I know
played the
she's a
heck out of it.
Pokemon girl.
Yeah, she logged out of her account and made me log in Japan so that I could maybe catch her some, like, unique ones. Yeah, I didn't.
Did you?
I couldn't find it.
So they have no decent Pokemon in Japan?
No, they apparently have some in Japan, but I just didn't find them. I didn't really
That's 'cause they
try
think
as
your
hard as
phone
I
was-
should have.
was
Don't
American.
tell my wife. I just
They
didn't
knew
try
you were
that.
American.
Yeah. They turned them off for
They shut them
Americans.
off for Americans.
They hide.
Ah, Pokemon.
Dragon Ball hat here. Yes. If I play Xenoverse 2, will be my favorite character will be my character. Will be the player character that I try to break.
My favorite thing about Xenoverse 2 my favorite character would be, and I'm only interrupting because,
Go
because
ahead.
I think you'll appreciate this. Remember that article when Xenoverse 1 came out and all the hugely inappropriate characters people were creating that I'm not going to repeat here, but were hilarious?
Yeah.
So just look up the article. Kotaku did an article when Xenoverse 1 came out, and kids are coming up with some really, really hilariously inappropriate characters that I'm personally laughing at and secretly in my home going, ha ha, ha, that's so funny. And I'm hoping they'll do that for Xenoverse 2.
There are, I know they added Cooler, who I thought Cooler was such an awesome character back then. Let's see what other, we added some really fun custom characters who you'll really appreciate. So look out for those if you haven't figured out what those are yet. That's about it. So let's see, red cannon balloon thingy, what is that?
Kind of like a boomstick.
Oh, a boomstick. It's a boomstick. Did you have a question, or are you just waving that in the
This
air?
is not Bruce
Celebration.
Question. Do you all ever get jealous of any other animes?
Do we ever get jealous of any other animes? No, because we're Dragon Ball.
I think it's weird because like that was my first audition, and so I've been waiting to get a role that's like cooler than playing Goku, and the only thing that's come close is playing Batman and The Dark Knight Rises on the iPad, which is not even one of the big games. I'm like, that's close. I mean, I've had some good roles, but you get one of the best roles in animation history on your first time out. It's pretty hard to top that. It was very, very, very exciting. I didn't realize it until many years later. What about you, Chris? Do you get jealous of any other?
No, I don't.
animes?
I don't get jealous of other animes. That's it. Like, what's awesome is that everyone used to say, oh, if you had and I'm sorry if I spoil your question, if you had one wish on the Dragon Balls, what would it be? I'm seeing how many people's hands go down. And it always used to be more episodes of Dragon Ball, but it seems like we're getting that, which is amazing. Like, my dreams came true.
Totally.
It's awesome. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's okay. I'm sure other people have glasses.
And
I bet you a lot of people in here have glasses.
The great taste of Lyman.
English version was the first version I got to watch, so obviously. What was your first impression of Japanese Goku's voice?
I didn't hear Japanese Goku's voice until we'd recorded almost all of Z, if not all of it, and until we did 3 or 4 games. I didn't really start hearing it until well into my career playing Goku. I had no problem. I've met Masako Nozawa on a couple of occasions. She's a really, really wonderfully kind and generous person who shared her Goku space with me when we had to walk the red carpet for the world premiere of Resurrection F, which was in Los Angeles, not Japan. The world premiere of the Japanese version was in Los Angeles, which we were very impressed with Japanese and Toei for doing that, or Toei, however you pronounce it. But yeah, when I first heard it, I did not think it didn't fit. Even though I knew it was a woman playing it, I really thought it was character appropriate for Japanese culture and for the age of the character, the tonality and the acting. I don't really take cues from her only because I speak English. Every once in a while I hear something she does and I'm like, I think I want to borrow that. But 99.999% of everything I do is what I'm doing. But yeah, I thought it was a cool, interesting voice.
I have huge respect for Masako Nozawa.
Oh, me
She's
too.
probably the highest paid, most beloved actress in all of Japan. So I don't want to mean any disrespect for this, but I will say this. I thought her impersonation of Kid Goku and young Goku was awesome. It always felt weird to me as Goku seemed to look older and manlier. It just felt weird to me that Goku's...
I'll have to watch more of it. Maybe
I don't know.
That way.
It always
I
felt...
haven't watched a ton of it.
All due respect, I always liked your voice more than
Well,
hers.
thank you. That's good to hear.
But maybe I'm biased. And yeah, it's funny. You guys
He's
would
doing the
really
final
appreciate
flash.
this.
Oh, sorry.
When we were first working on Dragon Ball, we didn't actually have the Japanese version to work with. We didn't have. We had really bad equipment, and Funimation couldn't get the Japanese version for us to dub over, and we needed official materials. So we had to get our official materials for Dragon Ball from the company that did the Spanish dub of Dragon Ball in Mexico. So the only time we ever heard the dub, we heard it in Spanish.
Which wasn't too often, but was often enough.
Yes, often enough to go, Kamehameha! Big cool!
I don't speak Spanish, obviously, and I'm not trying to offend by speaking fake Spanish. but that's what it sounds like to me. Everyone sounds very handsome.
He's doing the sign language
Can you
for
do fake
speaking
Spanish?
offensively about
We wore out the other guy.
Spanish
He's tired.
languages. Yeah.
We wore out first guy. His hands are like smoking. They're hot. But yes.
Well, he just went Super Saiyan. All right, let's see.
We have some time.
Ooh, flashy colors, yes. If it's the fusion dance, no.
I'm not doing the fusion dance. I'm not a monkey. What?
Oh yeah,
That's right.
that's my Bulma!
Remember that part where we were like, my Bulma! That was awesome.
Sean really was so excited to get to do his Vegeta impression. That
I know.
moment.
I didn't think it was gonna be great, but I just thought it'd be funny if Goku was kind of a quasi-good voice actor. You know, so at the end of Resurrection F, that's actually me doing it. Or Battle of Gods, was it Battle of Gods? No, was it Battle of Gods?
Is Resurrection F.
No, it's Battle of Gods.
Battle of Gods, sorry. My
So I
God.
was like, can I do it? Can I do the Vegeta voice? He's like, yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, oh, cool. And so, I don't know, I kind of like this
I thought
idea.
it was appropriate that like you would either do like a really terrible impression or yours would be really good. Like when Vegeta had to sing in Battle of Gods.
That's true.
When he had to sing the bingo song, my thought process was, okay, he's probably never had a happy moment in his life, so he probably hasn't sang for any joyous purpose before, other than maybe eradicating a species or something. And I guarantee you he has never karaoke'd before because he would have too much pride to do that. So if he was forced to do it, he would really go all out. Like
Yes.
And of course with no practice, he doesn't know how to sing, so that's why my version of Bingo sounded like just a screaming person most of the time.
I thought it was very appropriate. I think it worked.
Thanks.
Because if he was like an exceptional singer, we'd be like, what the hell?
Earth is a fun place to be, oh! The food is tasty too, yum! The reason why I had to yell yum at that moment was because I was trying my hardest to sing along with the music track, except the mouth movements to the character didn't match the music track very well, so I was really having to try and sing along with it, but also match the mouth. So that's why I did some awkward things in it as well, and it worked for the song. The highest pole wins, whatever that hat is on the top of the stick.
Beats the sword. The hat on the stick is truly mightier than the sword. Yes.
Can you give us an example of a voice of a character you each play?
A character I didn't play?
You do play. Like
What?
A voice example of each character you play.
Oh, a voice example of each character you played, Sean. She wasn't talking to me, obviously.
Jesus, I've done about 100 different characters over the last 17 years, and I don't know if I can remember 10 of them.
All of them, Sean.
Goku, King Kai, Neil. There's 3 right there, and there.
There you go.
I'm done. Why you talk the crowd of me? Yes. I remember doing that character. I don't know. I used
All of them, Sean. Do them. There's another quarter. Pook. Sean has done just a limitless amount of voices, and I always feel weird when people ask me, like, you played so many characters in Dragon Ball Z. Like, let me make it very clear that I do not feel like I did a better job playing those characters than other people could have. I literally was there because it was a necessity. We had very few voice actors, even on the Funimation actor role, when we first started working on it, because Funimation was a poor company, they didn't have a lot of money. That's the excuse I give them. And they just weren't giving a lot of money to voice actors, so we just didn't, we didn't have a lot of people. So any new voice that would come up, I would either replace somebody who attempted to do it and then would leave and wouldn't come back.
They just disappear, yeah.
Or,
we had some weird cast members do that. They just did a decent part and they would just disappear.
Well, some people, they just weren't getting enough money to keep the role. Like I know Chris Kaysen, who happens to have been, is he currently the voice, the director of One Punch Man?
He directed One Punch Man.
Okay,
yeah,
the first season of One Punch Man, he was Tien Shinhan for a little while, but he had to leave to go on a tour. The guy who played Korin and Birder, he had to leave on a comedy tour, so that's where I got, that's why I inherited the voice of Korin. And Birder! From him. And the guy, so that's kind of where I got a lot of voices. So There's like Yamcha, and he's like the coolest character in Dragon Ball, of course, obviously. There's Piccolo, who all he does is tell Gohan what to do. And Vegeta, he's the angry one with hemorrhoids. There's Rikum, and I make him dumber every game the way through. Finally got to the point where someone was like, dude, I think he's getting offensive. Like, alright, I'll change him a little bit. I play Jace, who's basically Yamcha with an accent, and then it kind of dithers off from there. And then the dragons, which is just, I get to thank the computer because they just pitch my voice down, and that's about it. So it sounds like this, your wish has been granted. Pretty boring. Okay.
So many hands.
Wall scroll, right here.
I do. I actually, I have a couple of cool special things. One of which is, I don't know if you remember, well, I do have an original poster still from the first cast party in 1999 with the original cast, our original cast, all signing it. And then I also have in Australia, I don't know if they did in the US, but there was a company that did a Dragon Ball Z promotion, which is a subsidiary of Doritos, that released these little what do they call Pogs? Pogs, and they're little discs. Now, they're little discs with different Dragon Ball characters and power levels on them. And there were special rare gold ones in every so many million bags or 1,000 bags, and there was like 20 of those gold ones. Well, the company that hired us to do a commercial down in Australia gave us a lucite disc with one of each gold one, and there were like 12 of those lucite discs given out to us at a dinner. So I think only maybe 12 or 15 of them exist in the world. I do have one of them.
I will say, part of the reason that was a great gift is because that was the most special any company had ever treated us.
Yeah, it was really great.
Because they took us to this really crazy
nice
expensive restaurant at the top of like this tower in Sydney. It was amazing. I remember being in awe of how gracious they were to have us there.
They were treating us way better than Funimation.
And apparently we
was
only
at the
have one
time.
more question after this. But before that, I wanted to say my favorite thing that I own of Dragon Ball memorabilia. There's two things. One of them, it used to be this one thing. It was it's an action figure of dead Yamcha. Like, have you guys seen that? It's like Yamcha like laying on his side in the crater. It's my favorite action figure because it's brilliant. It like really summarizes his character. And then my second favorite thing is like recently I was in Japan and the guys who run, I know one of the guys who owns Banpresto, the people who make the most like amazing Dragon Ball toys. They recently gave me a figure that they had made where they sculpted my face onto a
You're shitting me.
Oh, I should show it to you.
Oh, I've not seen that yet.
I'll show it to you in a minute.
That is so cool. I'm
okay.
jealous.
So we have one more question because we're going to.
And just so you know, after this, we have a quick professional photo shoot that takes maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll be back at our table signing for the rest of the day.
Yes, we hope to see you. Oh, wow. How can we do this? Okay, sorry. I've always liked your cosplay and the guy sitting next to you, so let's just do this guy right here.
Ding! Broke in. Crowbar.
And then you had to ask the longest question as the last question.
Yeah.
How did we get into Funimation?
Slept with Barry. No.
Okay, I can only answer probably part of that. I got into Funimation because I knew somebody whose job it was to rotoscope episodes where they basically would go frame by frame to take out stuff that you weren't supposed to see on television, like Master Roshi's beer cup became like grape juice, and what was it, HFIL instead of hell and stuff like that. I knew that person that was doing that. I always used to joke about how, you know, I wanted to see all the footage they cut. And she said, hey, we're having auditions, you do voices, right? And I went up, got the audition, and a month later they said, would you like to be the voice of Yamcha? And then, would you like to come in and help us cast and direct the Dragon Ball series? And that's what happened. And then I put in a bunch of ads in the paper and went to put up flyers everywhere. I canvassed all of Dallas-Fort Worth to have the biggest auditions we could possibly do to try and find the cast of Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, all those people, right. And that's where we met Sean.
And I answered an ad, one of those ads in the paper, and my friends, actually a friend of mine saw it and pressured me to do it, and I was like, no thank you, I'll be a French horn teacher, because that's what I was doing. I'm playing in orchestras, but I had done voices my whole life, and had been enamored of voice actors my whole life, and never thought of it as a career, and then I went in and auditioned, and was very disappointed when I got the role of Goku, because I thought my Captain Ginyu audition slayed.
He seriously was on the phone going, yeah. Are you sure I'm going to play Goku?
I called Chris. I didn't know him. He was not my friend at the time. And I said, because I didn't know the cast. So I figured Captain Ginyu was like a really cool character. And Goku didn't have any cool, he wasn't a cool alien, he just was a regular dude with spiky hair. I didn't give a shit. And his voice isn't that much different than me. And so I thought it was really fun to change my voice radically. But Goku's very close to my natural speaking voice. What? Well, no, I enjoy playing Goku, although, you know, Trunks or Vegeta or Piccolo are characters I really enjoy. I would love to have played Bubbles, but I can't do that part. Chris does Bubbles.
Sorry.
I don't have that kind of voice. But I like all the weird ancillary characters. Yeah, every time we do those scenes, I just love it. Bubbles?
And, guys, thank you so much. This has been, you guys were wonderful.
Thank you so much.